Okay, welcome to the deep dive. You give us the sources, we dig into them, and pull out what you need to know.
That's the idea.
And today, we're tackling something really fundamental, something every homeowner should probably think about, maybe more often than they do.
Absolutely. It's the electrical system, the core safety, the health of it all.
Yeah, we're not just talking about, changing a fuse or a light bulb. This is about the big stuff, the foundation for a truly modern, safe house.
Right. And our sources today, they give us a good roadmap, not just listing services, but helping figure out the priorities.
So what's the mission here for the listener?
Simple, really. We want to pull out the absolute highest priority electrical safety investments you should be considering. And we're using the profile of a real local contractor, AT Electric LLC. They're working in the DFW area, which is pretty dynamic.
Okay, DFW. And this company, AT Electric, what's the quick take on them? Gives us context, right?
Yeah, context is key. They're family-owned, based in Mansfield, Texas. Been doing this for over 25 years.
25 years. That's significant experience.
It is, and they really emphasize safety as their top priority, operating across DFW. That experience level, especially with something like electrical work, is, well, it's crucial.
You really want someone who knows the local codes, the different types of housing stock.
Exactly. Old homes, new homes, renovations. DFW has it all. And when a company leads with safety first, that tells you a lot. It sets the stage for our deep dive.
Okay, let's get into it then. The sources point right away to the electrical panel upgrade, calls it the cornerstone. Why start there? Why is it so non-negotiable?
Well, think of it like this. The panel is the heart-pumping power through your home.
Right.
If your house is, say, 20, 30, maybe even older, that original panel, it just wasn't built for how we live today.
Too many gadgets.
Way too many. Multiple air conditioners, big ovens, maybe a home office setup, computers, TVs, EV chargers we'll get to later. The demand is huge now.
So people often complain about breakers tripping all the time. That's not just annoying, is it?
No, it's a warning light flashing. Seriously. It means the panel is overloaded, it's struggling.
And the real danger is?
Fire. Plain and simple. Constant overloading creates heat. Older panels might not have the sophisticated trip mechanisms modern ones do. Connections get old, brittle.
Okay, that's sobering. What are the signs then, besides tripping breakers?
Look for scorch marks around the panel. Sometimes you might actually smell burning plastic. Flickering lights that are persistent, not just a one-off. If you see any of that, it's not a warning anymore. It's an emergency.
Wow. And I guess if the worst happens, like an electrical fire, your insurance company is going to look very closely at whether your panel is up to code.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of it. Replacing an old breaker box isn't just about convenience or getting more power flowing.
It's compliance.
It's compliance, yes. It's about installing modern fire-resistant systems that meet current safety standards. It protects your family, it protects your investment in the home, delivers clean, reliable power. It's foundational.
Okay, foundation secured. Panel is the heart. What's next? The sources talk about a shield. Whole home surge protection. Sounds dramatic, like lightning strikes.
Well, lightning is definitely one cause. But surges, these unexpected voltage spikes, they happen more often than you'd think.
Really? From what?
Could be the utility grid itself fluctuating, could be heavy appliances cycling on or off nearby, even your own AC unit sometimes. And yes, thunderstorms are a big one.
And the threat is fried electronics.
Basically, yeah. Think about all the sensitive, expensive stuff plugged in. Smart TVs, computers, routers, smart appliances, even the control boards in your HVAC system. A big surge can wipe out thousands of dollars worth of equipment in a split second.
So we all have those little power strips with surge protectors built in. How is this whole home thing different? Is it better?
It's fundamentally different. Those plug-in strips offer point-of-use protection. They're okay, better than nothing for maybe a computer setup. But they wear out, they have limits on how much they can handle.
Right.
The whole home protector. That gets installed right at your main electrical panel. It's the first line of defense.
So it stops the surge before it even gets into the house wiring.
Exactly. It intercepts that excessive voltage, that damaging energy, and diverts it safely away, usually to ground. So it protects everything connected to your electrical system. Every outlet, every appliance, it's comprehensive. Especially crucial during storms or if the grid is unstable.
Makes sense. So panel, surge protection.
Yeah.
Then we need to look at the circuits themselves, right?
Yeah.
Maintaining their health. The sources mention GFCI outlets specifically. What's the deal with those? Why are they always in kitchens and bathrooms?
Okay, good question. GFCI stands for Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. Understanding how it works makes it obvious why they're vital.
Okay, break it down.
In simple terms, it's constantly measuring the electricity flowing out through the hot wire and comparing it to the electricity flowing back through the neutral wire.
Like an accountant for electrons.
Huh. Sort of, yeah. It expects perfect balance. If it detects even a tiny difference, like a few milliamps missing,
Uh-oh.
it assumes that missing current has found another path, an unintended path, like through water, or worse, through a person.
Ah, the ground fault.
Exactly. And when it senses that imbalance, bam, it trips the circuit almost instantly. We're talking milliseconds.
Super
Fast enough to prevent a serious, potentially lethal shock. That's why they are absolutely critical, mandatory by code, in places where electricity and water might mix. Kitchens, bathrooms, laundry rooms, outdoors, garages. Making sure those are working correctly is a huge safety measure.
Got it. Okay, so that covers the core safety foundations. Let's shift gears a bit. The sources also talk about efficiency, looks, modern living. Lighting comes up strong.
It does. And lighting is interesting because it serves two key roles.
Aesthetics
And safety. Absolutely. Good lighting, both inside and out, obviously makes your home look and feel better. But think about outdoor lighting, for instance.
deters burglars.
That's a big one. Well-lit exteriors make a property less appealing to intruders. Plus, just basic safety preventing trips and falls on paths or stairs, especially for family or guests at night.
Right. And for lighting tech, the recommendation is clearly LED. Why the big push for LED over older bulbs?
Oh, it's a slam dunk, really. Multiple benefits. First, safety again. LEDs run much, much cooler than old incandescent or halogen bulbs.
Less fire hazard, less burn risk.
Precisely. Less heat stress on the fixtures, too. Second, they last an incredibly long time, like up to 25 times longer sometimes.
Wow. Less climbing ladders to change bulbs.
Definitely less hassle. And third, the big one for the wallet, energy efficiency. They use dramatically less electricity for the same amount of light. That means lower utility bills starting right away. It's an investment that genuinely pays for itself over time.
Okay. Cooler, lasts longer, saves money. Seems like a no-brainer. Now, let's talk about a modern challenge. Homeowners face choices, right? Limited budgets.
Always.
So imagine this scenario. You've got an older house, maybe that panel is questionable, but you just bought an electric vehicle. You need an EV charger installation. Where does the money go first? Panel upgrade or EV charger? Does safety always trump convenience?
That's the classic dilemma, isn't it? And based on everything we're seeing, everything that emphasizes safety, the panel upgrade has to win. Hands down.
Really? Even if you can't charge your new car at home conveniently?
Look, an overloaded panel, an old panel struggling, that's a potential house fire waiting to happen. You simply cannot safely add a huge electrical load like an EV charger onto a system that's already straining.
How much power does an EV charger typically draw?
A level 2 charger, the common home type, often needs a dedicated 40 amp or even 50 amp circuit. That's a massive draw, comparable to an electric range or a central AC unit. Putting that on an old, maybe the 100 amp panel that's already maxed out, it's asking for trouble.
So the foundation has to be solid before you add the new tech.
Absolutely. Healthy, up-to-code panel first. Then you can safely install the charger. And speaking of installation, doing it to code is critical, right? Why can't a reasonably handy homeowner just wire one up or run power underground themselves?
Yeah, what does to code really mean in practice?
It means following the specific, tested safety regulations laid out in the National Electrical Code, plus any local amendments. Things like the right size wire for the current, proper insulation, correct breaker types, secure connections, and crucially, proper grounding.
Grounding seems important.
It's vital for safety. For an EV charger, this isn't like plugging in a toaster. It's a major electrical installation. A pro ensures the circuit is correctly sized, installed safely, tested, compatible with your car, minimizing any risk of overheating or inefficient charging.
Okay. And for running power outdoors, say to a shed or a pool pump, underground electrical work is mentioned as the best practice. Why bury the wires?
Safer and more durable, basically. Getting those wires underground protects them from everything: weather, UV rays, lawnmowers, pests chewing on them.
Critters, yeah.
Critters love chewing wires. And critically, it eliminates trip hazards. No ugly wires strung across the yard. It's cleaner, safer, adds value, and just lasts longer because it's protected.
Right. So we've covered the key upgrades: panel, surge, GFCIs, LEDs, EV chargers. Now, let's circle back to the who, the service provider, AT Electric LLC. What's their approach, their philosophy, according to the sources?
Well, the main thing that comes across is this strong community focus. They're family-owned, local to Mansfield, and they explicitly say they treat customers like neighbors.
That implies a certain level of care, maybe.
I think so. It translates into things like aiming for personalized service, being upfront and honest, and really emphasizing respect for the customer's home while they're working, cleaning up afterwards, that sort of thing.
That respect part is big. And transparency too, right?
Right.
Electrical work can feel intimidating. Pricing can be confusing.
Yeah, the sources highlight their commitment to clear upfront pricing. They offer free estimates. The goal is no surprises on the final bill. That definitely helps reduce stress for homeowners facing potentially large projects.
And they handle both big and small jobs.
Seems like it. Full service. So yes, the major panel upgrades we talked about, but also the smaller stuff, installing a ceiling fan, putting up a fancy chandelier, fixing an outlet, kind of a one-stop shop for electrical needs.
Okay. And their home base, Mansfield, Texas, what does that tell us about the area they serve?
Mansfield's interesting. It's described as a really vibrant, fast-growing city south of Arlington in the DFW Metroplex.
Growing fast means
A mix of housing. You've got new construction needing all the latest high-capacity wiring, smart home setups, EV chargers. But you also have older homes, maybe built decades ago, that desperately need those foundational safety upgrades, the panel replacements, the GFCI checks.
so a market with diverse electrical needs.
Exactly. The sources mention it's good schools, safe neighborhoods, lots of parkland. It sounds like a desirable community where people are investing in their homes, making these kinds of upgrades important.
And they work beyond just Mansfield.
Oh, yeah. They state clearly they serve the entire DFW area. They specifically list places like Arlington, Fort Worth, Grand Prairie, Cedar Hill, Burleson, Duncanville, Canadale, basically covering the Metroplex with that same local neighborly approach.
Okay, that paints a good picture. Let's bring it all together then. For you listening, thinking about your own home's electrical system, what's the final takeaway? The hierarchy of needs.
Safety first. Always. Number one, check your electrical panel. If it's old, outdated, showing warning signs, that upgrade is your top priority. Fire safety trumps everything.
Got it. Panel first.
Number two, whole home surge protection. Protect your expensive electronics and appliances from those inevitable power spikes. It's insurance for your devices.
Panel, then surge.
Right. Once those two fundamental safety layers are solid, then you can comfortably focus on the modern upgrades and efficiencies. Getting that EV charger professionally installed, making the switch to energy-saving LED lighting, addressing GFCI needs. But safety first.
Strong advice. Okay, final thought for our listeners. We've covered the big items. What's the lingering question they should ask themselves?
Well, it ties back to being proactive. We've talked about obvious problems like constantly tripping breakers. But here's the question. What seemingly small electrical issue are you maybe ignoring right now?
Like what?
That one light fixture that flickers sometimes, an outlet cover that feels vaguely warm to the touch, a breaker that only trips once every few months. These little things might seem like minor annoyances.
But they could be symptoms.
Exactly. They could be hinting at a bigger underlying safety issue that really should be a top priority. So the thought is, don't just wait for a major failure. Managing your electrical system proactively isn't just about fixing problems. It's about ensuring the long-term safety and, the value of your home, especially in these growing communities like Mansfield. What small sign are you overlooking?
That's a great point to end on. Be observant, be proactive. For anyone in the DFW area who needs help assessing their system or getting these upgrades done, AT Electric LLC operates Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The number is 682-582-500.
Good info to have.
Definitely. All right, that's our deep dive for today. Hope this helps you prioritize for a safer, more modern home. We'll catch you next time.